Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, your favorite YouTube harpy. Now, YouTube is really dropping the ball on a lot of stuff, so if you do like my content, definitely hit the share button, the bell, the subscribe, all the stuff. Also, great announcement here, and this is relating to the video here too, because we're going to be talking about some Star Wars stuff today. I am, used to be pretty huge Star Wars fan way back in the day. We don't have to see this movie if we don't want to. It's not mandatory. Movies are not mandatory. I have a link to the Teespring store on the bottom. There's mugs. There's all kinds of cool stuff. Mugs, stickers, you name it, we got it here. It's cool stuff. You can have it in any color you want. Really awesome. We're talking about Rian Johnson again. Now, Bob Iger seems to have confirmed Rian Johnson is no longer in development for his Star Wars trilogy or for any of his movies. This is the same type of thing I've been saying since last year, that I think maybe it's canceled, but this is turning into the Ross Perot election thing, isn't it? He's in, he's out, he's in, he's out. Rian Johnson, I don't think you're going to get a trilogy anytime soon, but I think we're going to probably wait until at least after Knives Out's box office performance and after the whole Rise of Skywalker, whatever is going to be of Rise of Skywalker. But we did get confirmed probably last September. Now I'm talking September of 2018 because I remember doing a video on this specifically where Bob Iger gave an interview saying that they were slowing down on Star Wars movies, that they were going to slow down. They've already been slowing down on Star Wars movies. They wanted to get the last little things in development out there, and then anything else I think that might have been a movie is going over to streaming, like the Obi-Wan thing. They didn't know which one it was going to be. They didn't know if it was going to be theatrical or on their service, and it really feels like more things are going on to their service. But here's the kicker about that video I did last September. Bob Iger had only specifically mentioned the Benioff and Weiss trilogy. He said, yes, we're going through with this Star Wars movie. We're going through with the streaming stuff and the Benioff and Weiss trilogy. Well, we all know recently how that turned out for everybody. Benioff and Weiss reportedly quit. They were probably fired, in my opinion, just based on everything we know about how the movie industry works. The only person who would actually be able to terminate a contract like that would be Disney Lucasfilm, right? The person paying for the contract. So that's how they want to protect themselves. Because let's face it, nobody wanted a Benioff and Weiss trilogy after how Game of Thrones was handled, and I think that's a lot. That's a lot of it. It was just going to be way too much liability, especially with the fan backlash of Last Jedi, directed by Rian Johnson. Oh, Rian Johnson. So now confirming what I've been saying since the release of Last Jedi and Solo, CEO Bob Iger and Rian Johnson confirmed that Disney has no Star Wars movies in active development. No new ones. And that also concurs with, for the last year, Bob Iger has been saying, yes, we're slowing down on Star Wars movies. We're not doing any more except the Benioff and Weiss trilogy. So now this article just came out today, or 2 days ago, but it's been picking up circulation here on Bounding Into Comics, etc. etc. But we're going to go with the main source here. The news follows the departure of Game of Thrones creators David Benioff and Dan Weiss from Disney Star Wars, something I also said was happening, according to Cosmic Book News here. Disney CEO Bob Iger recently appeared on BBC Radio, where he confirmed Disney's new approach to the Star Wars universe, which is to release fewer movies, and there was a slowdown regarding releasing new Star Wars films. Now, that's the same thing he said last year. I have said publicly that I think we made and released too many films over a short period of time, Iger said. I have not said that they were disappointing in any way. Oh, no, we did. And so did Anthony Daniels, Mark Hamill. John Boyega is not too happy with this. John Kasdan certainly has been throwing Disney under the bus. And Benioff and Weiss haven't been too super amicable about what they said. I think in a few years we're going to get a little bit more, maybe even sooner. I think we're going to get a little sooner how maybe Kathleen Kennedy was a little bit over controlling behind the scenes. Maybe the Star Wars brand, like the people behind the scenes, were giving a little less creative control to directors, which we keep hearing. Kathleen Kennedy has fired more than she's hired. She's fired Lord and Miller. She's fired was it Colin Trevorrow, or did he just quit? See, and there's so many different stories with this stuff. The director from Rogue One, over and over and over again. He says, I have not said they're disappointing. I've not said that I'm disappointed in their performance. Oh, I think your investors might be as well. I just think that there's something so special about a Star Wars film, and less is more. Well, that's one of the big talking points that I've been saying for the past year as well. That they used to be an event. They used to be something you looked forward to, and now you're just crapping them out every year like it's Divergent or Harry Potter or Maze Runner or Hunger Games or Twilight or any of these teen sort of self-insert girl saves is key to most boring bland girl in the world is the key to everything. The self-insert kind of Disney princess crap that also happens a lot in these teen movies, these teen novelizations. And your boy Zach over on Comics Matter with your boy Zach, it used to be Diversity in Comics. He did a really great video on how Rey isn't even a character at all. People always like to argue, oh no, she's a Mary Sue, she's not a Mary Sue. Well, she's not even a character. She's a blank slate. She's a self-insert character. Stuff happens to her because it kind of has to, because she's like a good placeholder for you, because you're on the adventure with her. She's a blank slate and she looks like everybody, and that's why you have that image of a thousand Reys all lined up. And I'm gonna go get that image right now. I have to find it. Is this girl's tweets, right? Right here. That's why you have this image where they all look exactly the same. Every single one of these girls. That's why, because it's a self-insert blank slate. Every girl can kind of identify with it. She looks like probably 70% of the girls in that age group. That is why she is the Disney princess allegory. This is one of the biggest failures with the modern Star Wars. I digress. I got off a tangent here. I did. I apologize. I said I'm not disappointed in their performance, and less is more. Yes, it is. Oh, and thank you for subscribing. Also, if you do end up subscribing while I'm not live, you might be in a video too here. Of course, Iger isn't going to say that Disney Star Wars movies have been a big disappointment as The Rise of Skywalker gets released in December. No, and that's where all of the bullies and shills and trolls are coming out of the woodwork, attacking people's Star Wars content now. Because if I don't get it for Captain Marvel, and if I don't get it for Star Trek, and I don't get it for God knows what else I talk about, I'm going to get it for Star Wars now because I'm talking a lot of Star Wars because it's current, so... It would make admitting their mistake would make a huge PR disaster. Their stock price would most likely fall. But Disney Star Wars is proven to be a big disappointment simply by following Disney's stock reports, which continue to offer that merchandise is on the decline and that Disney's Galaxy's Edge theme parks are failing. Oh yeah, they are. Do they have a graph here? That was just an article, because sometimes they'll put a little quick graph. But no, I can confirm that because they've fired the CEO responsible for Galaxy's Edge. Everything they're touching that is Star Wars related is a disaster. I just did a video. You'll probably get it linked because I did it yesterday. It's the most recent one I did, where the Star Wars merch goes that they have to destroy for probably a tax write-off at this point. And that's probably what it is. They have just piles, crates, warehouse full of crap that they're just shredding. And these are all Star Wars toys. And same thing with the Women of Marvel or Marvel Women of Power or whatever. All the crap merchandise, the stunt casting and diversity hires and tokenism and this crap that that's fine. We don't care about diversity. That's not the issue. It's the we're forgetting what the focus is of these movies. right, is forgetting that, oh, you need a hero's journey. The Star Wars franchise was about a hero's journey, not a self-insert Twilight Disney princess blank slate character. No. You had Luke Skywalker. Yeah, and guys identified with Luke Skywalker if they were, wanting to be more than. Some of the bad boys identified with Han Solo. The girls could look up to Princess Leia because she was a girl and she was badass, and they made her an interesting badass sort of character. Disney Star Wars movies aren't happening. Huge disappointment and failure. Yep. Further disappointment of Disney comes from it being reported that The Rise of Skywalker is tracking for the lowest of the Disney Star Wars trilogy. And we can also add that J.J. Abrams has said goodbye to Disney and jumped ship over to Warner Media to go and destroy DC. Now, regarding Rian Johnson, that round-headed, very sweet, wonderful little troll over there on Twitter that just likes to go and take somebody's toy and break it because he doesn't care about it. It's like, no, I'm going to break it so you guys can't have it anymore. That's what he did. Only instead of being like your neighbor kid that does that to you personally, he's the guy who did it to everybody. He did it to hundreds of thousands of us who had any sort of love for this franchise. And that's who this is. Johnson recently confirmed that he's only talking with Disney about a new Star Wars movie or trilogy. Not that it's definitely happening. He said, we're still engaging with Lucasfilm and we'll wait and see. No updates on this moment, but yeah, I've also done videos where he's said, yes, if it happens, we'll see if. He's used the word if, and he's gone back on that as well. A couple of weeks prior to the departure of Benioff and Weiss, it became known that Marvel Studios president was recently announced. Marvel COO Kevin Feige is now tackling Star Wars. And recently announced Marvel COO, It's pretty much evident that Disney's approach to Star Wars has not only been a huge disappointment, something that C-3PO Anthony Daniels agrees with, as well as Luke Skywalker actor Mark Hamill, but a failure as well. Benioff and Weiss are gone. Johnson is most likely gone, among other things. So, Disney Star Wars can only hope now. So, Disney Star Wars' only hope now currently lies with Kevin Feige. Good luck. Yeah, I mean, The Mandalorian looks promising to a lot of viewers. I'm a little less on board with The Mandalorian, but yeah, I am personally, I'm gonna make an educated guess that they probably told him a while back that his trilogy was off, or that they have to wait and see, or they're kind of giving him the runaround. His actions and everything that we're hearing does not make me think that 100% his trilogy is happening. So I'm probably in the 75% not happening camp. I can't call or confirm 100%, but based on my educated guess and what I've heard and how Hollywood works, I mean, just ask Alex Kurtzman how his Universal Dark Trilogy is coming along. Oh, wait, it's not. They've jumped ship over to Blumhouse, and they're doing a Blumhouse Universal Invisible Man now, instead of Alex Kurtzman's Universal Dark Universe with all the old classic horror monsters. So, these contracts fail all the time. Do you remember Alden Ehrenreich signed on for 3 movies, and they're never going to happen. We have this stuff all the time. I'm pretty sure Edward Norton signed on for 3 movies for Hulk way back in the day. I mean, it happens all the time in Hollywood. People go into talks, and then change of plans happen. Plans change. Yeah. Anyway, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. I am Mecha Random 42, and I guess Rian Johnson's out again, and next week he'll be back in. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!